guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Warriorstrade, yes, you heard that right, Warriors fans. The franchise just dropped what might be their biggest bombshell in years, and the ripple effect is spreading across the league. From front office decisions to locker room reactions to fans filling social media with shock and disbelief, this story is dominating every headline. And if you thought the Warriors were just going to quietly cruise through the season, you better think again, because what unfolded has changed everything about their direction moving forward. The Golden State Warriors have been a team that's built its legacy on bold moves, surprising trades, and championship-level gambles. From drafting Stephen Curry when no one else believed in him to pulling the trigger on Kevin Durant back in 2016, this organization has proven time and again that it's not afraid to shock the basketball world. But this latest move, this latest piece of breaking news has stunned even the most loyal Warrior supporters. Everyone expected some adjustments, maybe a minor trade or a shift in rotations, but nobody, and I mean nobody, expected this. The breaking news dropped late last night, and almost instantly, NBA insiders, analysts, and fans across the globe began dissecting what it means. 1 minute the conversation was about whether the Warriors could still make a deep playoff run with their current roster, and the next it was about how this bombshell has turned their entire season upside down. In fact, the shockwaves go beyond just Golden State. The rest of the Western Conference is now on high alert because suddenly the balance of power has shifted. Reports began surfacing that a major internal decision had been finalized. And then the confirmation came. Their Warriors front office has made a stunning move involving their roster and their long-term vision. Social media absolutely exploded. Fans couldn't believe what they were reading. Journalists scrambled to confirm details, and even rival players reacted with disbelief. It was one of those rare moments where the entire basketball world seemed to stop and focus on one headline. Now, if you've been following the Warriors closely this season, you know they've been caught in this strange space between holding on to their championship core and trying to develop their younger talent. Stephen Curry, still at the top of his game, continues to carry the load night after night, but the team around him has been inconsistent. Draymond Green's volatility, Klay Thompson's struggles to find his rhythm, and the rising tension with players like Jonathan Kuminga have made it clear that something had to give. But most fans assumed changes would come in the off-season. Nobody thought it would happen this suddenly. This dramatically right in the heart of the season. When the bombshell dropped, the first reactions were filled with shock. Longtime Warrior supporters were split down the middle, half of them devastated at the movie. The other half trying to convince themselves this was a necessary gamble for the future. What we do know is that this is not a small cosmetic tweak. This is a seismic shift, the kind of decision that alters the trajectory of a franchise. Let's take a closer look at the fallout. For one, Stephen Curry's response to the news is being closely watched. Curry has always been the face of this dynasty, the leader on and off the floor, but he's also been very vocal about wanting the Warriors to stay competitive while he's still in his prime. He doesn't have years to waste on rebuilding projects or front office experiments. His legacy is still being written, and he wants another championship banner in Chase Center. So, how does this bombshell align with his vision? Early indications suggest Curry was consulted, but even he seemed surprised by how quickly things escalated. Then there's Draymond Green. Known for his fiery personality and brutally honest takes, Draymond has never shied away from voicing his opinion when big decisions are made. In the past, he's even clashed with management over the team's direction. With this latest move, the big question is, will Draymond embrace it, or will this fuel more tension? Some insiders have already hinted that he wasn't entirely on board, which could spell even more drama down the road. And let's not forget Klay Thompson, whose future with the team was already uncertain. This bombshell might push his situation into an entirely new territory. But it's not just about the veterans. Young stars like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody have been fighting for bigger roles, and this decision directly impacts them too. Kuminga in particular has been vocal about his frustration, and his recent breakout performances suggested he was ready for a larger spotlight. Did this move help his case, or did it push him closer to the exit door? These are the kinds of questions fans are asking right now, and the answers could shape the next era of Warriors basketball. The reactions from around the league have been just as intense. Rival teams, especially in the Western Conference, are scrambling to reassess their strategies. Coaches are already thinking about how this changes the matchup calculus, and players are openly commenting on social media. You can sense the mix of respect and concern. Nobody takes the Warriors lightly, especially when they make a bold move. Even with their struggles this season, Golden State has proven it can never be counted out. And now with this bombshell, the uncertainty makes them even more dangerous. Fans have taken to Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube with endless takes. Some are calling this a genius front office masterstroke, while others are labeling it reckless and desperate. Hashtags tied to the Warriors shot to the top of trending lists overnight, with debates raging about whether this positions them for another title run or accelerates the decline of their dynasty. Warriors Nation is divided, but one thing is clear: nobody is ignoring the story. The spotlight is squarely on Golden State. As for the coaching staff, Steve Kerr has been put in an incredibly tough spot. Kerr has built his reputation on managing egos, adapting strategies, and maximizing talent. But now, with this massive shakeup, he faces perhaps his biggest challenge since Kevin Durant joined the team. Kerr has to balance keeping his veterans locked in while also giving the younger players the confidence they need to perform. How he handles this transition could determine not only this season's success, but also the Warriors' long-term future. Behind the scenes, this decision wasn't made lightly. Reports suggest months of tension between the front office and certain players finally boiled over, forcing management's hand. Whether it was contract negotiations, trade requests, or a clash of philosophies, the breaking point was reached and the front office decided to make the boldest possible move. This wasn't about short-term fixes. It was about setting a new direction for the franchise. So, buckle up, Warriors fans, because this season just took a dramatic turn. Every dribble, every shot, every game from here on out carries even more weight. The rest of the NBA is officially on notice because Golden State just reminded everyone why they're one of the most fascinating franchises in sports.